So, a lot of my viewers don't know this, but I love wildlife. Um, Unfortunately, I'm pretty much stuck in the city right now. Um, when I get bored, I take walks, and I enjoy the wildlife I can find in the downtown area. A little earlier, saw a couple of roadrunners. You know, observing predators is a good way to pick up on other things, body language, other things like that, that goes into cop watching as well. I'm not saying all cops are predators. I'm just, okay, maybe I am. I'm a dick. Let's say that. But anyway, tonight I'm focusing on the nocturnal predators of San Antonio. And like I said, the roadrunners are mainly carnivorous. They eat small lizards, bugs, even small birds all the time. You don't see them flying very often. I refer to them as he all the time, but roadrunners, unlike a lot of other birds, you can't tell the sex of a roadrunner just by its coloration or other things that are typical in other birds. So it could have been a male or a female, and some people say, oh, well, you can tell a roadrunner if it's a male or female when they mate because of the mating habits. Actually, if you spend a lot of time watching roadrunners and a particular mating couple, by the way, they do mate for life, but if you watch a particular couple, you should be able to determine it, naturally. But the chasing and other things, they both do that. So you can't really tell off of that until you actually, see exactly what's going on. And I mean, I won't get into that. This, may not get posted if I do that. But so anyway, back in the downtown area, and one of the most fierce predators, nocturnal predators in the downtown area is right in this area. A lot of tourists do encounter this nocturnal predator, and it's something they should be aware of, especially if you're out looking for wildlife or nocturnal wildlife, especially in the city of San Antonio, because you very well may have a good or a bad encounter. I mean, really, if you're out to take pictures of grizzly bears and you want to get a close-up of a grizzly bear's claws, well, there's no better way to do that than to see them like 2 feet from you. So you can see that as a good encounter with the grizzly bear or a bad encounter. And the same thing when you're hunting nocturnal domestic wildlife down here. It could be a good encounter or a bad encounter. It depends on how you view it. I try to be positive and say all encounters are good, or at least something good can come out of almost all encounters. But anyway, I've tracked down a hive, more or less. No, it's not a hive, it's a den of one of these nocturnal predators that run in packs. And I'm going to go see if I can sneak up there without getting mauled or torn apart. Now, a lot of you realize in my older age, I'm not as mobile as I used to be. So, if you hear me scream and run off, I may not make it far. But when you feel that what I do is important in documenting all parts of your city, then you do what I do. So I'm gonna sneak up around the corner real quick and see if I can get a snapshot of this den. Hopefully I'm able to make it out without being mauled, but So I paused and I've come back, doing what I do, whether it's with wildlife or anything. I've learned patience pays off in a lot of things. I spent about 15 minutes tracking down this den. I mean, it wasn't hard to track down, but I wanted to make sure that the den was occupied before I came over here. Again, I'm not very mobile, so for me, I have to be cautious going around into this den part, and so we'll document this other urban predator and let you guys see the other predators of San Antonio. Let me turn the camera around again and on with what I do. So you have a couple of young ladies walking through the same area. Now this area is very lit up, and typically this predator prefers darkness. Its camouflage pattern is darker, so well lit up areas like this you should be safe in around this particular nocturnal predator. But as I'm very cautiously going around the corner here, I just want to make sure I don't startle any. If you startle wildlife, you're likely to get a defensive action or posturing. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't see any in an immediate den right now. Again, this particular urban wildlife is called different things in San Antonio. They belong to the same subspecies, but what you have here is the urban domesticated pig. It's also known as the urban domesticated two-legged or two-wheeled pig, and this is where their den is, and I'm going to make my escape now before they find me. That was a joke for those of you who don't get it. I'm sorry, but I got to teach these guys too. And if you found that offensive, I'm sorry, but we all know there's a lot of worse things people call police officers than pig. And while I certainly do not equate any police officer to an animal, I will stand by the fact that all police officers are predators. But keep in mind, even predators are only feeding their young. You know, that still may not matter to you if you get eaten by a grizzly bear so that, you know, she can feed her cubs, but that's the fact. So, again, be careful when you're dealing with nocturnal urban predators. And if you like that, give me a thumbs up. Tell someone else to subscribe to me. I'm getting old. Don't have much left in me. I'll try to put up new content, but I mean, really, what are the odds of getting your rights violated every day? I mean, you can't go out and make that stuff up. It has to happen when it happens. And, you know, honestly, these officers try to avoid me like the plague, and I certainly don't blame them after the recent string of events. And some of them have taken it to heart and, you know, are taking the lessons and are rolling with it and being better officers for our community. So I'm going to go ahead and hang up now before I say something stupid or that I have to edit later. The Whataburger right around this corner. I've been hanging around here hoping it opens soon, because I am hungry. Spent a lot of time stalking roadrunners last night, and yes, since I was in the area, I had to do that. I'm a jerk.